This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi Shevi'is. The article hosts for another edition. We're on the top of the Gimel Aleph, first line. Rabbi Yossi b'Shem Rabbi Law, and in the Vilna, there it's on Chaf Gimel Amud Beis, and it starts the second wide line. A lot of changes in Gerus today, by some of them by the Kabbalah Nanaki, some by Shari Torah Yisrael. So please bear with me. And this is our learning today should again be a schus for the Tzachon of Am Yisrael and the war against our enemies. Yossi b'Shem Rabbi Law Shama min Hadah. Yossi ben Allah derived from here. This goes back to what we said yesterday, that it has the parish feast can be used for anything which is shavel chol nefesh, including, so to speak, downgrade from machal adam to tzeva adam. So where did he learn out from? Shalom Yadad Tiyeh, which it's a pasuk. Pasuk says, "V'yisasha basel oretz lachem lachla l'chav v'entrochet tiyeh kol t'vuasa lechol." So, when Torah's Kohanim Medarshins, tiyeh includes that you're allowed to use parish feasts or other human purposes, not just for the purpose of eating. And since it says kol t'vuasa, it sounds like even machal adam can use for machal behema and for tzeva. And for bird and for adlok as well, as we see here. The Tanya tiyeh afla adlok saner. You can even use parish feast for lighting a candle. Afli tzva but tzeva, and also to use it to dye. So ask him of loaning tzah ma'beid es ochle. Here it says behema in the Gemara, but the kavanok Yishai Torah so change it to adam. Aren't you causing love to ochle adam? Tipat between them. So it's according to the Gersa we have. It's not as big a chiddush according to the Gersa which Kabbalah and Shari Torah have. It's a much bigger chiddush. Even machal adam you can use for the purpose of tzeva, as long as the tzeva is for the purpose of adam. Again, tipater between adam. Amray Mona said tipater. No, he says bochle behema adam. So, again, it's according to Gears, it must make much more sense according to Gears to change. They say that the Ochle Adam can be used for this purpose. Maybe only Ochle Behema, V'leishma Min Klum. And then you can't derive anything from here because perhaps you can't use Perush Shmita, which are suitable for Ochel Adam, for Tzeva Adam. Okay, so what about if you have tzvoim which are not suitable or haven't been used they're not used for the purpose of humans, such as you use them. The Kamaraki says use it for a saddle. So is that considered to be a proper use for Kedusha Shvi'is of tzvoim? Right, so that in other words, not dyes for animals, but regular dyes can use it for animal purposes. So the Shemina Me'adah, that's not from here. The Tanya, the Tanya is in the Kavanok, son of the Gemara. Ikar havered, the root of the rose. Ikar Tanya, the root of the fig. Ikar og. What's og? Doesn't translate here, so I don't know what it is exactly. Vikar og, I don't know even exactly what it is. Vikar og, amen Kedusha Shvi'is. They don't have Kedusha Shvi'is. Okay, I do it. No, I don't translate here. He just changed this to, he adds Ikar Aga, besides Ikar Og. Besides Ikar. Also, it's ikar charuv. So he has a couple of things in Kabanoki. So from these roots, one can derive dyes which are generally used for the purpose of animals, and therefore they don't have kedusha shvius. So anything which you use for the purpose of animals is not a proper usage of proper usage of peiros shvius. So all these things, since they're ikarim, you can use them for dyeing for animals because they don't have kedusha shvius. The implication of that is anything which does have kedusha shvius, such as the fruits and the produce, that you can't use for tzias behema. Okay, a similar question. What about grasses which you use for the purpose of laundry? Do they have kedusha shvius? Let's learn from here. Hayarinin vaboris va'oel. These are all produce which you can use for the purpose of kvisa. And in the Akamraki, it has a little bit of elaboration. Tanya Osifo Leim, they add upon them Hachelbonin, Leunin, which is sorrel, Vaboris, Va'oel, which also used, I think, is aloe, I think borax, I think it's borax, but I'm not sure about that because I'm not sure borax is. They do have kedusha shvius. So if that's the case, these grasses which you use for laundry do have kedusha shvius. Meaning, some not sharing kedusha shvius. What about types of fragrances? Do they have kedusha shvius? The Shmini Hada, let's learn from here. Haperach lavan, white flowers. Here it says the orez in the Gemara, which doesn't seem to be correct because rice is not fragrant. So it's changed in the Kamanaki to odem. These are, and this evidently this is could be a perach lavan odem, white and red flowers. Evidently are fragrant. And like kedusha shvius, they don't kedusha shvius. We see that things which are grown for fragrance only don't have kedusha shvius. Chevraya Omrin, Chevraya says no. The Chevra said that that's not true. That's only according to Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Shimoni, the Tinon, Rabbi Shimon Omer, Ein la katav shvius, nesh eno peri. Katav, which is the Tzriha Notev Me'etz, says here. I don't know if it's a sap, but it's any type of sap. So then it's not. It doesn't have. It's bottled to the tree, according to Rabbi Shimon, and the same thing with the white flowers, the red flowers. The part which gives the fragrance is not a fruit; it's bottled to the tree. That's Rabbi Shimon. And the katav shvius meish eno peri. Rabbi Shmuel. So in that case, Chachamim, for instance, Chachamim argue, and Chachamim say that no, it actually does have kedusha shvius because besamim is a significant human usage, and therefore it does have kedusha shvius. Rabbi Shmuel b'Shem said, "Tipater divrei akoli." It could be that the besamim here we're talking about is any type of according to everybody would not have kedusha shvius because but in the surta. It's talking about wood chips. The saurus is usually wood chips, and wood chips don't have kedusha shvius. They're from the wood, not from the actual fruit. Mini adlakos. Okay, the what about actually the question is not resolved obviously because either is Rabbi Shimon or only Rabbi Shimon or it's Chachamim, but it seems to be that. No, it does seem to be resolved, actually. It's resolved. According to Chachamim, anything does have kedusha shvius, and even the sort has no kedusha shvius, both according, no. Yeah, according to, I assume, Pasach Chachamim or Shimon, that there is kedusha shvius to Psalmim. The sort, obviously not, because it's part of the wood. Mini adlakos, things are used for fires. Ma'isloch, such as what? Konahim pekua. This is pekua, which is evidently a type of vegetable or plant something which is only suitable for lighting, for fire, and we don't resolve the question remains unresolved. Hain vered. So now we come to back to vered. To here it says v'hain or v'hain, same thing. Tiny but last minute. We have three things to say about it. All of Yerushalmi Shevi'is, its leaves, which evidently are used for food, have shemitah, and if you sell them, there's the money as shemitah. Yerushalmi biur, there's a point in which they become no longer available to the animals. There's the man biur, and therefore there is also for their purchase price biur. And the perio, no, here it says pikach, but the Kavanoki changes it, I think. No, pika. He says a pure pika. Pika, shelo, Yerushalmi Shevi'is, udemei Shevi'is, and that is rose hips. And I don't know what rose hips are, except that some vitamins come from rose hips. But evidently it's another part of the rose, which is an edible part of the rose. Ain't no beer below the main beer, but unlike the leaves, the petals, I think they're called, these are never colored behema. I mean, I saw this, so there's no beer, not for them and not for their price. Iko shalo, its root, ain't lo shvi'is, lo dam shvi'is, it's not edible, not suitable for adam behema or tseva, so it has no shvi'is and lo dam shvi'is, and of course ain't no beer, the lo dama beer. Rabbi Yirmi boy kumi Rabbi Avo. Rabbi Yirmi asked Rabbi Avo, "Mal lichbosha hein vered? Are you allowed to pickle, to soak a rose? That's kind of makes a kind of perfume, the kind of rose water. I think is a type of fragrance. Is there any other use for it? So the here he says that it's in the Kavanok. He says it's actually in oil. I guess I'm not sure whether there's any difference. So the question is that like malugma? It's not a proper use of shmita, or that's a proper use? It's not oimid lachila. So he said the answer that's its primary usage, not as food. Its primary usage is as a fragrance. So therefore, that type of usage is okay. Tanya Rabbi Chia said no. Ochel adamu. According to Kavanaki, he's coming to argue and say it's not. You're not allowed, therefore, to soak them and make a fragrance for them. But it could also be that he's saying that he's saying that it's not like Kavanaki at all. It's not you're soaking them for reach. You're soaking them for machol. And the question is, are you soaking them for machol since you're really using the oil? There's a different side of the question and the answer. It could be that since it's suitable with machol, putting it in oil and putting fragrance in the oil, making infusion. That's an infusion, I think it's called. Then that's downgrading it. And he says, no, that's the eco way of eating it. So either it's a question and answer, which refutes the question. In other words, what else are you going to use it for? It's not machal adam. Or it sustains the question. In other words, yeah, that is actually it is machal adam in that manner. That's the derech, or that's the derech by which you eat it. Let's see where we are. So Tari Rabbi Chia, ochel adamu. So again, according to Kavanaki's mahalach, since people eat it as a confection, therefore that is its derech, and you're not allowed to put it in oil, which use it as a fragrance. But the way I was suggesting, it means it's an ochel adam when it's made into confection. Therefore, downgrading it into making an oil infusion, that's awesome. Okay. Hori Rabbi Mana. Rabbi Mana paskin. Arusti, which is a type of rose, shari. And he says in these cases, where it says mutter, it's shari and it's mutter to soak them. And either for fragrance according to Kabanaki or for infusion according to what I'm saying. I'm going to read them out of the Kabanaki, even though it's slightly different language than the regular Gemara. Arustin shari, urvedustin shari, kitruton shari, midiston shari, the reminun shari, indraminun asir, dirumirin asur. Because those are, since those were used in confections, then that can't be downgraded to use as a either as an oil, either as a fragrance or as an infusion. Okay, there's a header here in the Kavanaki. Tzipori shailun Rabbi Ami. The people Tzipori asked Rabbi Ami, "Mahu lehatein b'chochim." So this is they used to cover grain with thorn leaves in order to that they shouldn't get dry. That's called hitun. So michshem machshirin gimel dal hey, and it's language also from moikatan davon beis sada metunenes. That means it's a moist field. So by obviously if you do this, the leaves are going to get ruined. They're not going to be used for machal behema. So the question is, can you use machal behema for the purpose of keeping your grain fresh? Amaloni said, "Atun v'amrun b'shem Rabbi Chia." The people came in Shem Rabbi Chia. People came in the same name Rabbi Chanina. Afil ale kukisa shori. It's even, I guess kukisa is a type of vegetable, but some sort of a vegetable of not a high caliber, and therefore you're allowed to even use that. Now, I should have mentioned that that we changed the gears. So here, it says in the Gemara itself, it says malchatin bechutin, and that we changed to chochin. That's the same principle. And then it said ali kusia is mutar, even though they are more food for animals than ali chochin, and therefore we derive from that Rabbi Yoshia said lu'uvta. Lu'uvta means halach l'maisa. It's not just halacha; it's halach l'maisa, and you can rely on that for this process of hitun. And that brings us to the top of Nun Daled Amud Aleph. So we will stop here for today. Oh no, I skipped 2 words. Wait, I missed 2 words. Uvta v'samech halayli. It's halach l'maisa. Actually, the samech halayli is only in the art school and the Kavanaki. It's not in the Vilna. So like you line it halach l'maisa, and that brings us to the top. The end. Brings us to a period.